Welcome back, guys, to another video. We got a lot of news about Tesla and especially some future projects that are coming out. And the $25,000 Tesla is honestly super big. Let's see what happens, because at this current moment, the electric market is going nuts. Especially in the stock market, anything that has the word electric or electric vehicle in it is absolutely going to the moon. If you check out Tesla stock at this current moment, it's actually up a ton compared to the past month. So far the stock is doing pretty well. Musk is now the second richest man, surpassing Bill Gates, and he's right behind Jeff Bezos. So there's a lot of catch up, and there's a lot of really crazy stuff going on with Tesla. But of course, at this current moment, let's talk about Tesla and Volkswagen. They will be competing against each other to make the next new affordable EV. So the electric market at this current moment is a lot more accessible to people who have more money. Because at this current moment, if you want to get a Tesla Model 3, you're going to have to pay roughly $38,000. That's not a cheap price. Whereas if you want to get like a used gasoline car, it's only $20,000 to $30,000 around that area, or maybe something nice. Now, there's a lot of other brands like Volkswagen, BYD, and also the Chinese brands out there. They're making vehicles roughly $20,000 to $30,000 USD. So it is doable. A lot of Chinese companies have already proven that you can make cheap cars, but also have a very good luxurious feel. If we check out companies like XPeng, they made a car that only costs around $30,000, but the insides and the outsides look very similar to the Tesla Model S. And if you check out what's going on with Volkswagen and Tesla, there is a ton of competition. Now, both of these manufacturers are trying to announce the next electric vehicle being priced around $25,000 to $30,000. In September 2020, Tesla announced that it will have plans to make a smaller, long-range electric vehicle with a brand new battery, the 4680, starting at $25,000. And then CEO Musk also said that it will be making the $25,000 vehicle fully autonomous. So not only do you guys get this expensive $10,000 software to go with it, but the price itself of the vehicle is only $25,000. Now, what people are saying is the car could be smaller than the Model 3, could be some sort of a mini hatchback, but it's a $25 model, so you don't expect something that's super crazy, super luxurious. It could just be a very simple car sitting 5 people or 4 people. It's gonna be a really good car to go from point A to point B, and that's usually what people are going for, especially how in Europe, Musk has said multiple times that the roads are very different from here in the US. Same thing with China. The roads are a lot smaller, garages are smaller, and in those European countries and in China, and also even South Korea, smaller electric vehicles are becoming the major trend. People just seem to want to get an electric vehicle to save money. They don't really care what it looks like. A lot of people in those major metropolitan cities, they don't really want to have an electric moped. They don't really want to ride the bus or the underground transit. So what do they go for? They go for a cheap electric vehicle around $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 USD. Those vehicles are selling like hotcakes at this current moment. And a lot of people thought no one would buy them because they're kind of ugly. But at the same time, it's just so well done. It's so cheap. And it's actually saving people money that people would shell out that money. I could pretty much guarantee you if they came up with a $25,000 Tesla in China, their sales will absolutely increase. Now, I feel like Tesla will most likely win in this scenario because the lithium-ion battery is the most expensive part of the whole entire car. There's no other portion of the car that's more expensive than the battery itself. And since Tesla is making the 4680 battery cell in Berlin, Germany, and also the Nevada Gigafactory in the next couple years, we should be seeing a major spike. Now, if you check out the overall vehicle at this current moment, it's a $25,000 Tesla. It's pretty cheap, and the profit margins will be very difficult. But if you really think about it, they have the Berlin Gigafactory, which is bigger than the Nevada Gigafactory in terms of battery production size. It will be making a ton of different batteries, especially the 4680 battery. And who knows, they might even be selling the batteries to Volkswagen, Mercedes, and also BMW, the European car brands. But what I'm just saying here is they're already testing the 4680 battery. A lot denser, it's a lot cheaper to produce, and it holds more charge. They will be putting that into the Tesla Model Y, the model for Europe. And after a couple years and being a guinea pig and all, it will be putting the batteries in the Model S and also the Model S and other vehicles around the world and all the other gigafactories. So it's actually pretty interesting to see what's up with Tesla. But of course, if you check out other stuff about Tesla, their first shipments of the Model 3 is coming in from China to Europe. So there's a ship that's going to be docking in one of the European ports, and it has a lot of Tesla Model 3s. Things are looking pretty awesome, and so far everyone is getting very, very excited. And the Tesla ship carried about half of the 7,000 made in China Model 3s. And you can check out this guy on Twitter. He's pretty much saying that it's finally docked, all the vehicles are being checked, and the safety procedures are good, and they will be unloading all these Model 3s in Europe. The reason why Tesla is doing this is because a lot of people want the Model 3. There's massive demand, but you can't satisfy demand when the Gigafactory Berlin isn't fully operational. I think this is one of the smartest moves I've ever seen. And if you check this out, in late October, there was actually a pretty little fun ceremony in Shanghai that pretty much gave some dedication and also some love for the Model 3's journey to Europe. And it was announced that the Made in China Model 3s has passed all of the certification requirements for the European market and was allowed to sell the Tesla Model 3s made in China in the region. This is a pretty big mark, and the Tesla Model 3s made in China exporting to Europe, it will increase over time. A lot of people say roughly 110,000 Model 3s will be sent to Europe in 2021 from the Gigafactory Shanghai. I think it's a pretty phenomenal and smart move, increasing sales in Europe in the first 2 to 3 quarters, because the Berlin Gigafactory would not be operational until Q2 or Q3, and by that time the year is kind of almost over, and then they will start producing the electric vehicles, and that alone does take some few more weeks. So shipping some of the Model 3s from China to Europe is pretty nice. This is why the automaker is focusing so heavily on the Gigafactory Shanghai, because guess what? Gigafactory Shanghai has a massive production plant. They will be making 550,000 vehicles, and about 110,000 of those vehicles once again will be sent to Europe. So sales are increasing for Tesla and is looking pretty good. And of course, Tesla does have a lot more rumors coming in, especially the $25,000 Tesla. I see a lot of you guys are super interested about this specific vehicle model because it's actually really cheap and it's in a lot of people's price range. So definitely check it out. In fact, I feel like it's super interesting. I think there's a lot of things to definitely look forward to. Tesla being such a good automaker brand, I feel like with all this production going on, their schedules are always on time. Just seems like they're not really missing anything. And I don't really have anything bad to say. I mean, they're already trying to go really global, and their little network of delivering cars around the world, making gigafactories, starting batteries, everything is starting to come together into a very nice puzzle. Thanks for watching, guys, and comment below.